And okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad to see all of you. Today, what I want to talk about is the concept of relaxation um, as a way to get through resistance, you know? So just going to set the intention. As we sit together, may it be with the blessings of the divine that we cultivate peace for ourselves. In this practice, may we heal ourselves and reside with the divine one that illuminates us. Through this practice of being in peace, we bring peace to the world that surrounds us. Amen. So just go ahead and be aware of your first chakra grounding from the base of your spine. And notice if you're a little scattered and where you might be, and just invite yourself to come in and be present. A couple of deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, and then exhaling through the mouth, letting go of whatever is ready to be released down the grounding. So a couple weeks ago, I actually went to a river out here in where I'm at. There has been a lot of rain and the river was full and it was pretty brisk. Um, and I was with some friends and we found a place, we set up our little picnic and there was like a little beach and it's a rocky kind of a shore. And, I go into the river and standing was difficult, right? Because of the flow. It was very strong, even though it wasn't very deep. So then I kind of tripped. And so then I'm sitting in the water and I could feel the water kind of pushing on me. And I was with a friend and my friend was lying on the uh, bottom of the river. And the river where we were wasn't very deep, but the water was up to our chin if we were laying down on our bellies. And she said, if you lay down like this, you can hang on to the bottom. You have to really hang on to those rocks. Otherwise, we would have just been tumbled by the river. And I really had to use my muscles to stay there. And it was like this really intense kind of hanging on. And there was a part of me that was like, oh, I just want to let go and let this river carry me to wherever I would end up. But I didn't. And I think that I was wise to not do that because it was very rocky and there's lots of little waterfalls and, tree trunks and all kinds of stuff in the water. But I really started thinking about that as I was developing my talk for today about how much tension, because the next day, my shoulders and arms were so sore. I could barely lift my arm up from all that hanging on. And I thought about how, kind of as a metaphor, how we hang on emotionally, right? Energetically. And it literally can cause tension patterns in our bodies. And a lot of these tension patterns start when we were very small. So they can have a protective element to them. But we're not conscious of them. They're like habits that are ingrained into our nervous system, right? Where we hang on. And kind of a simple movement, like the metaphor is, oh yeah, I'm just going to raise my arm. But after all that tension, I can't raise my arm. So energetically, when you want to make a move or make a change, you can't do it because of that pattern that has been so ingrained in your physical system. Does that make sense, what I'm talking about? Yeah. So some of these habits are very subtle. You don't recognize them. That's just how you hold your body. And for some people, it's like this. And for other people, their neck is really forward, or they hold in their stomach, right? Or their low back. And it just is, it's like, it's just a posture. So when you are walking and there's a big store window or something, you see this reflection of yourself and you go, wow, I didn't realize that that's how I hold myself. And it's because it becomes kind of invisible. So the way I see it is that um, in essence, right at the bottom line, when we're holding this certain tension, that can actually be a way of us resisting divine will or the flow of divinity that can come into our lives if we can just relax about it. And where does this tension come from? For most of us, like I said, it started when we were very young. It's usually based on fear or protection, like hiding or, some kind of wound or a need to kind of control our environment. But really, we couldn't control very much, right? And we can sometimes carry that belief forward about how much control we actually have in our lives. And there are things in our sphere of influence. And there are so many things that are not in our sphere of influence. And yet we're holding, trying, right? So if you can, and I include myself, if we can just relax about it, that flow, because I was feeling just the power of that river, that flow can really take a person somewhere, you know? So we can approach this kind of thing in a couple of ways because everybody has it. Everybody has some degree of this. And a lot of times we come at it through our mind. So if you can change your thoughts then can relax your emotions. And then your emotions, when you can release some of those emotional patterns, it can bring relaxation in the body. But there's another way, and that's what we're going to experiment with today, is you can come at it from the other end where you touch in to the kind of unconscious tension that you're holding in your body, relax into it, let it go, and then just invite that divine flow. And then we can see what happens. So energetically, resistance, and sometimes we do just in life. We have to have that strength to be steadfast and to, kind of like hold my ground. But sometimes we also need to know when to let go and how to let go. But what I'm talking about here is more this habitual way from our history, right? That keeps us tied up. So energetically, resistance, it's very sticky. And it actually, resistance collects energy. And so then when you're resisting something, XYZ, it can start to get more and more like big. It can feel bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, then you're really stuck. So what would happen if you could just simply relax, right? If you could just relax about it. Yeah. Just take a nice deep breath. Exhale. And we're going to just practice the grounding. So envisioning, using your own power of imagination, envisioning that I call it like your clairvoyance. So For some people, it helps if they close their eyes, and for others, they just have an unfocused gaze. But imagine from your first chakra, which is an energy center at your tailbone, a little bit in front of your tailbone, and envision in your mind's eye that that energy center has a strong root growing from the pretty much the center of that energy ball, and it goes all the way down to the center of the planet. A strong tree root. And the first chakra is known as the root chakra, and this is your root into the earth. And with that connection, it kind of is like a grounding wire, like on a house, but it's also your connection to the planet. We are incarnated beings, right? We are here to experience life. So just taking a deep breath, exhaling all the way down that grounding, all the way down, so that the grounding is like a living connection between you and the earth, your body and the earth. And you're not just a body, you're a spirit, your energy. So the grounding cord is also a way for your energy, your soul, to also be mindful, to be incarnated in your body. So just feel yourself as you take a breath with that intention, I am here. So inhaling, exhaling, I am here. And I think Ram Dass is famous for this saying, be here now. So I'm here now. Now, I'm here right now. And just from here, just starting at your feet, I want you to sense into them. Sensing your feet. Do you have any tension here? And just notice. Bringing your attention just in a gentle, aware way with compassion, curiosity. And breathing your own energy into your feet. And then having the intention, I relax my feet. And then bringing your attention a little higher into your ankles. Is there any tension in here? And noticing your calves. What are your calves like? That's an amazing muscle. Just bringing your attention and your breath right into your whole lower leg. So your calves, your shins, your ankles, and your feet. Breathing right into that space. Exhaling down the grounding. And again, having that intention, I relax my lower legs. And then bringing your attention up into your knees. There's a lot of muscles all around your knees. And see if you can just touch into it lightly. Breathing into that space. And then your thighs, breathing right into your thighs. Noticing the tension pattern. And check your seat, your sits bones, and your hamstrings. Just taking a breath right into this whole upper leg, your entire thigh. Breathing into that. These are amazing muscles that take you all over the place. Now start to check into your hips. Notice if these are tense. There's this amazing muscle called the psoas. And it's like it connects your upper thigh bone with your sacrum in the front. And see if you can sense into this. There's a lot of holding that happens in the psoas. And just breathe into here. Exhaling, letting it go. And see if you can relax. There's entire workshops about relaxing and working with the psoas. It's a very interesting muscle in the body. And check your perineum, your genitals. Can you relax that area of your body? Is there tension there? I find the psoas, the perineum, the genitals, a lot of times there's a holding pattern here. And it can come from different kinds of trauma, but also fear. And just go as far as you're comfortable. Take a breath. And having that intention that whatever's ready can simply be released down the grounding, just like water in a shower. No resistance, just relaxation. Now bring your attention into your lower belly. Breathing right into this space. Exhaling down the grounding. And notice what comes up. Is there any holding around things, clinging to the past? Just take a breath, exhaling out whatever's ready to be released, just letting it go. And what I find is the lower belly and the lower back, a lot of times this um, this area of the body, the tension is really hanging on, especially when you feel a lack of support in the world. So just breathing into that space and sometimes you might say something to yourself like it's all going to be okay in one way or another. It's all going to work out. Just take a breath and let it go. And a part of all this letting go, it's important to remember that there is a river flowing through that can support you. You don't have to do everything yourself. And check your upper stomach. This is the solar plexus area. And what I notice here is there's a lot of hardness for many people. It can be very hard, very tight. And I think it underlies an epidemic of digestive problems. So just saying hello to your stomach above the belly button, just having that intention that it can relax. This is where people often have, I have to, I have to, I have to do this, I have to do that. And just breathe into this place. Exhaling and letting go, whatever's ready, all the way down the grounding. And just feel yourself. And this also is also about the mid back. The mid back, it can feel very tight. And again, it's the to-do list, the feeling of, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that. And give that a breath, sensing right into your mid back, your stomach, all the way through to your mid back. And just bringing your awareness, your compassion in here, and the intention that this can relax. And check your arms, your hands. What I notice is some people actually habitually clench their hands or wring their hands or pick at their fingers. They do something with their hands, and it's actually very tense in there. And just notice, do your hands carry, hold some tension in your wrists and forearms? Just bring your breath here. Relaxation, deep relaxation. And what about your upper arms into your shoulders? And notice, what is that like? This is a very common place where people hold tension. That's why massage therapists always want to get in there and work out those crunchy bits. Bringing your attention right into your shoulders, where it attaches to your neck, your upper back. Taking a breath. Exhaling all the way down the grounding. Whatever's ready to be released, just like letting go, water running down the drain. Your upper chest, bringing your attention right into your upper chest. Inhaling, bringing that relaxation right in. And notice your neck. Is your neck tense? Are you holding? You definitely have to hold your head up. But what else are you holding in your neck? And breathe into your neck, exhaling, letting go. And following the line up into your jaw. And notice the tension in your jaw. I find for many people, the shoulders, neck, jaw, face, it's a lot of holding around what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to speak, how you're supposed to take care of others. But you can do all that without the tension. So just take a deep breath right into your jaw. And as you exhale, see if you can relax your jaw. Just let it hang even a little bit. Check the tension in your face. I notice for myself, especially as I get older, my eyes are always squinting. I probably need new glasses. But just notice the tension in your face. And give that a breath. And check the tension in your head, temples, the occiput, across the brow, bringing your breath right into here. Letting your mind just relax. Another deep breath. And from that place behind your eyes, I want you to envision out in front of you a bubble, a clear, translucent bubble. And just have the intention that this bubble will show you the vibration of trust, trusting in divinity, trusting in God, trusting in a higher power, the source. And just notice what's there. And some of you will see things and others will just feel it, others will just know it. But it might be a color, might be an image, might just be a vibration. What is trust? What does that look like for you? And as you look at the symbol or the color or the vibration, as you look at it, I want you to look at it in 3 dimensions. See if you can get a sense of it as a 3-dimensional presence, not just what is kind of flat, but take a look. Get a 360-degree view of trust. And again, just take a breath, ground. I want you to now invite this this image that you have, and see if it has any kind of message for you. Invite it to speak or show you something. And there's a quality in trust, that word, the feeling of trust. There's like a quality. What is that? It can be warm, could be supportive. It could feel like holding, it could feel like love. To go ahead and release that soap bubble, just like letting a soap bubble pop in the sun, and envision a golden sun above your head, big, beautiful globe of golden sunlight filling you up, coming in through the top of your head, pouring all the way through you. Warm, rich, nurturing sunlight. And let this golden sunlight hold you and support you, bring you closer to the God of your heart. Deep breath. And from this place, let's meditate together for 10 minutes. If you floated away or you got caught up in a mind game, just bring yourself back. Just bring yourself back to your breath in a gentle way and allow yourself to relax. Sense your body, your feet, your hands. By bringing in your attention and awareness to these tension patterns in your body, then your healing energy, it can flow through. It brings more light, more wisdom, and then the movement that's appropriate to the moment. So bring in another big golden sun. Envision the golden light above your head and fill in your whole space. And as you do that, set your intention for the month. What is your intention? Have more fun, feel more joy, be in love, whatever it is. Just bring that vibration to you in the golden light. And when you're all filled up, just give it a short bow to complete the cycle. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll start the Q&A. I'll stop the recording.